President-elect Trump, he's promised deportations for illegal immigrants on day one, and he plans to start with criminals. Florida Congressman Byron Donalds joins me now. Congressman, you say that after Trump begins these criminal deportations, many illegals will just choose to leave voluntarily. I find that hard to believe. What's your reasoning there? Why would they do that?
A couple things, Sue. By the way, it's good to be with you. Happy Thanksgiving to everybody.
You too, sir.
But a couple of reasons. Number one, when you start seeing people being deported, that word gets around very, very fast. The criminal cartels and the coyotes, they know what Donald Trump's going to do. And so that word's going to spread. Number two, and this is going to be even more particular, you start turning off the spigots, all the aid that is given. You start turning those things away, saying, no, we're not giving out food cards, and hotel stays. I think that's what Mayor Adams already signaled after President Trump's dominant mandate-worthy election. You turn off those spigots, people start saying, you know what, it might be time for me to return back to my home country. It's not going to be everybody, but it'll be enough to be able to kind of take some of the pressure off. But under Tom Homan and Donald Trump, you're going to continue to see these deportations, starting with criminal aliens, then the people who did not appear at court, people who already have a deportation proceeding that has been adjudicated, but they're still here in the United States. I think there's more than 1 million of those individuals. And so this is a process that it's going to take some time. But if you're serious about it, you could also see people saying, I'm going to leave the United States before I'm forced to leave, in which case you will be barred from the United States for 10 years.
You're on the House Financial Services Committee. What kind of changes do you think Elon Musk and Vivek Ramaswamy with the Department of Government Efficiency, what kind of changes will they bring to the financial services industry? Any idea?
Listen, I think in the financial services industry is going to be very interesting. I think what you'll probably see is a much more focus on the real mandates of the SEC, CFTC, OCC, et cetera. But I think most of the work of the Department of Government Efficiency is going to be in some of the programs around health and human services, some of the programs around payment delivery, because we do waste a lot of money in payment delivery to people in the United States. There is a lot of fraud in these systems. I would say that's the low-hanging fruit. In terms of somewhere else, it may not really be in their purview, but definitely I see Donald Trump is going to make a major push. You were talking about Bitcoin earlier, about having a real regulatory framework in the digital asset space that would include Bitcoin, blockchain technology, cryptocurrencies, et cetera. And that is something that the United States definitely needs, because we have an opportunity for us to be the capital hub of the digital assets industry in the United States, frankly in Miami, because everybody loves Miami. But that's where we would do it. Under Donald Trump's leadership, we'll be able to finally get that done in the United States.
It's great to have you back on the show, because it looks like you're really having fun these days. Congressman, come and see us again anytime, please. Good to see you. Yes, sir.
Thank you.